Do you remember your first year at the Colorado Dragon Boat Festival?
I remember the wind, the sounds of chanting, cheering, and dancing. I remember seeing kids like me, friends, family. There were dragons. It felt like a magical land. I can't wait to go back.
I wanted to be seen. I want our community to be seen. That's why from the very beginning, I was very passionate about it because I know there's a purpose for this event. It was in 2000, my husband and I were just talking about maybe put together an Asian event for the Chinese American community. And then after I started planning, I realized we didn't have enough people in the Chinese community to pull it off. So I started looking around, trying to identify more in the Asian community rather than just the Chinese. In Colorado, the Asian community is invisible. I want a lot of people that's non-Asian to see us. It is important for us to become visible because Asian culture brings a lot of color and history and culture to the American culture.
So I have been a part of Colorado Dragon Boat for over 7 years now, and I really cannot imagine life without it. It has really been a huge part of my life, and I am so proud and honored to be a part of a community so tight-knit as the AANHPI community here in Colorado. We are a grassroots organization. We currently have 2 full-time staff, which is double the amount that we had a few years ago. So we're very small, and we really do depend on the amazing dedication and passion and volunteering of our organizations within the AANHPI community and just volunteers from the community. So our 3 founders, Ding-Wen Su, Howie Solo, and John Chin, came together to ensure that we would have a successful event. And what they came up with was the sport of dragon boating. And dragon boating was not a sport here in Colorado until the festival began. And it has been absolutely amazing to see it grow as a sport here, not only in Colorado, but in the US. We have teams that have started in 2001 and have been racing for 24 years, and they are quite competitive, friendly competition always. But we also have new teams every year. We have corporate teams. We have friends who have come together who want to get on a dragon boat and just try their hand at it.
Team Blue has been participating in this festival since 2014, so a total of 10 years now. And we are just so grateful for this festival. This festival has been just amazing at supporting us and making it accessible and inclusive for all. We usually have about 40 paddlers with physical disabilities. Everybody in this festival, the community is just so wonderful. There's so much camaraderie. They just create this wonderful culture of inclusion and celebration. So we're so grateful to be a part of it and have our teams continue to grow and the festival continue to grow year after year.
We wanted an opportunity for the Asian Pacific members of our firm to represent and be part of this community and really celebrate their culture while competing in this incredible festival.
And especially this year is a Dragon Year, so let's celebrate this wonderful year at the Dragon Boat Festival.
My favorite memory actually was the first year, the morning of the festival. I was sitting there in the tent, not knowing how many people are going to show up. I'm very analytical and I plan for everything. We prepared this fantastic, fun event, but I have no idea is it going to succeed or it's going to fail. My whole life, I never took a risk like that. And I think that's why it stuck with me, because I felt like I went over myself to do something that I never thought I could do. We anticipated 3,000 people. We ended up having 15,000, which is really good for first year. Our vendors were really frantic because we didn't have that many vendors, and especially for food. They had to go back to their restaurants 5 times to get more food, and eventually they just gave up. It was such a fun memory because we told them, we promised them 3,000 spectators, and we ended up having 5 times more. We keep on growing every year. For the first few years, we almost double in numbers. And then eventually now, today, the last couple of years, we have more than 200,000 people. Finally reached my goal of making our community from invisible become visible.
We're actually the largest Dragon Boat Festival in the country, and it's so exciting to see people of all walks come and just celebrate culture and be immersed. So not only will you be able to cheer on your favorite Dragon Boat teams or even be on a Dragon Boat team yourself, see our 3 different stages with over 60 different local performances from AANHPI organizations and performance groups. We have the largest Asian marketplace in Denver for that weekend with hundreds of vendors, eat all day long. And then of course we have our Dragonland area for kids and education. So all ages are welcome to really be immersed in education when it comes to our communities over in our Dragonland area. So there really is something for everyone.
Actually, once I had somebody told me they're boat races, I didn't know because they were so involved in the shopping and watching the performance. They had no idea there were so many other things they could do.
It's my first year at the Dragon Boat Festival. I love it.
First time at the Dragon Boat Festival, having a great time.
It's sunny, there's so many events going on. We're loving the dancing, the food. Obviously the boat racing behind us is fantastic. Can't wait to do it again next year.
So I've been coming to Dragon Boat off and on about 10 years. When you're in Colorado, it's not a lot of diversity. So this festival helps expose it. So for people who don't know, can actually come out and see what it's all about.
Last year when I came, much to my surprise, there was no zongzi. And zongzi is the traditional food eaten at Dragon Boat festivals. Told my mom, Zhou Mama, that they didn't have any zongzi, and so she said, well, she has to make some. So she handmade 700 zongzi for the festival.
It is very shocking that we're the largest Dragon Boat Festival in the country, even though we are a landlocked state, but it really just proves the thirst and desire that Coloradans have here to be really immersed in culture and art and to really support the communities that make up our great state.
What I appreciate the most is the fact that through all these years, almost 25 years, the festival has clinged to some of the real history and tradition of dragon boat racing, to the point where we still have monk and congregation coming and doing a blessing to wish the racers good luck, to wish the food vendors and the marketplace people and everybody good luck, good fortune, safe racing, et cetera, et cetera. To me, that's a very, very important element of this festival, that through all the different people who are managing on the board of directors or operating committees, directors through all these years, that we've maintained that piece, that connection to the history, traditions, culture. I don't think this festival would still have the same appeal to the general public without that spiritual, philosophical, whatever you want to call it, cultural, historic underpinning.
So Colorado Dragon Boat has many different events that happen annually. Started off with the Colorado Dragon Boat Festival, which started in 2001. And after that, there was such a huge thirst and desire for more programs that we decided to expand. So we have the Colorado Dragon Boat Film Festival, which is the only all-Asian and Asian American film festival here in Colorado. We have an amazing partnership with Denver Film. It's an amazing opportunity for the people of Colorado to really come and see the amazing contributions and accomplishments coming out of the cinematic world from Asia and right here in the US. So very proud of that event, and actually in 2025 it'll be in its 10th year, which is really exciting. After After the Colorado Dragon Boat Film Festival, we also have the new Riverdale Regional Park Dragon Boat Regatta, which happens up at Adams County, and it's another opportunity for us to really celebrate the sport of dragon boating and just the AANHPI communities up in Adams County. And last but certainly not least, we have the AANHPI Emerging Leadership Program, and that is a very special program where we really try and ensure the success of our upcoming leaders in the community.
I can feel the young people are really proud of their own culture. It's not something they wanted to hide from their friends. They're very proud to show, look, this is my culture, and my culture is so beautiful and so colorful. I think that's the thing that I'm most proud of, is to introduce our culture to people who's never been exposed to, and make our young people really, really proud of their culture.
Underneath that huge umbrella, there are over 40 different ethnicities, hundreds of languages, just so many different cultures and traditions and stories to be told. And I feel that Colorado Dragon Boat really is the premier organization that brings everybody together. The feeling that I get when I see everybody come to that event, and just with smiles on their faces, with curiosity, with excitement, with the excitement that they get to celebrate their culture. It's just such an atmosphere that you can really feel. We come together to be visible, to celebrate, and to really highlight our culture, and we do that rain or shine. Being an outdoor event at Sloans Lake Park in Denver can be very challenging. Historically, we are the fourth weekend in July, and that's the hottest festival of the summer, figuratively and literally, but the community always shows up. We always have people who are inspired and motivated to ensure that this festival goes off. Anything can happen, and the community will show up because it is so important.
Something like the Dragon Boat Festival certainly enhances the connectivity among all the different Asian communities, and then the Asian communities to the general public. That again is a very gratifying thing. It opens a lot of doors. You know, if you can think about that kind of philosophy of breaking down walls, and instead of having walls, you build connectivity and bridges. I think the Dragon Boat Festival is a very valuable tool to accomplish that.
My hope for the future for Colorado Dragon Boat is for us to continue offering our amazing programs, to expand on our programming, and to really just ensure that we are a beacon of hope and excitement for the community, letting the community know that we are a safe and fun organization where you can really be yourself, really share your stories, and just share with your family and friends your amazing culture and identity.
So my hope for the future, every kind of festival, organization, anything has to adapt. But somewhere, somehow, as it adapts, it has to hold on to its foundation. In the end, that's my hope for the future, that it constantly finds ways of reinventing itself and appealing to the general public, yet doesn't lose that grounding.
I wanted to see Dragon Boat Festival in Denver 100 years from now, because it's such a great thing for not just the Asian community, but for Denver as a whole. I felt appreciated by doing things that I can make a difference.
Thank you so much for coming and competing today. Make sure to come back tomorrow. We start 8 a.m. parade.
Being the executive director for Colorado Dragon Boat really has offered me that opportunity to ensure that I'm able to, as much as I can, encourage and offer these opportunities to everybody. And it has just been an absolute dream to be a part of this organization. There are definitely challenges of being a part of a nonprofit, but every day I am reminded how lucky I am to be a part of this amazing community here in Colorado, and I wouldn't want to change that for anything.